take me to student growth, please.
For my student growth, I kind of tied it all to this prior knowledge paper that we had done. We interviewed students for this prior knowledge paper that I completed, and what I noticed was a couple of things. They couldn't empathize with people in the images, people throughout history, and they couldn't kind of analyze the images very well. So then when I was given the opportunity to do some writing for student growth, I included that. My writing assignment is all about empathizing, how to develop empathy and taking on a character and taking on a perspective of history. That's what my writing paper is about. My technology paper, which also showed student growth over a couple of activities, is about analyzing images and how we can provide scaffolds to help students deeply analyze images so they don't just say the first thing that pops into their head. So.
And then just take me to the standards as well and talk a little bit about how you worked with the standards.
For each standard, I kind of developed the same template. I have in the first paragraph my parts of my final that outline how I went through each standard and met each standard in my student teaching. And so there's just a 2-page narrative of how I developed that. And then I have an artifact of how I used it in my student teaching. So this one is culture. This first standard is culture. And so we were talking about the Harlem Renaissance through the artwork of Jacob Lawrence. And then I have examples of student work throughout my student teaching of how they mastered that standard. And then I finally have the lesson plans that we developed linking to each standard. This one is about the Native Americans at Jamestown, the legend of Pocahontas and her people, and how that kind of developed as a different culture. So, and then I do that for each one, have my reflection, and then an assignment and a lesson plan. So like for the study of civic ideals, they created protest posters as part of their study of the civil rights movement to kind of get involved, as that's a way that you can civically participate. And so I just have some examples from my students that they did.
Questions? Charlie Fowler? Same questions I had before, which was the idea of what will make you an asset to a social studies department, and then what areas do you consider that you will continue to grow in or look to grow in?
I think that my attention to detail will hopefully be an asset to any department that I'm in. I really try to take my time with things and really plan out how things are going to go in a classroom, and then always reflecting on it afterwards and changing things up as the day goes on. I think that will be a real asset to any social studies department. I'm still working on things like classroom management. That's something that I had to do throughout my student teaching, but it's not something that I've had to do from the very beginning, because we are never there for the first couple of days of school, which is where you really set those expectations. And so that's something that I'll have to do as I move into my own classroom.
Thank you very much.